to the Big Boss Man Collective. Shout out to them big clickers, them ones that click on and watch us all the way to the end. We know that that's how you support this page. It's not just the cash apps. It's not just the memberships. It's not just the Patreon. But when you click on us, watch us all the way to the end, you suggest us to somebody, to a homie, a friend, you click on another video, that's your way of supporting us. Really quickly, I've been called to speak on the Eclipse, and not really to give us anything too crazy, but more or less give us the definition of what's going on and kind of give us our marching orders in the Big Boss Man Collective. How should we be looking at the eclipse? Okay. Ooh, I think I had some notes. What I picked up as I was doing my research is going to be a grand wipeout and restart for a lot of us. Okay. Because of the placement, because of where we are, we're actually kind of at the beginning of the year in astrology, and not to even get too astrological, but just because of where that placement is, this is a grand wiping out and starting over for a lot of people. This is going to be your chance to recreate and redefine your identity. I'm keeping it very simple for the Big Boss Man Collective. This is going to be your chance to redefine your identity. And as I was working on this, they said this is the time where the sun, the moon, and the earth will be in alignment. And what I heard in that is this is the time that you're going to be in alignment with your new self. Okay? The last few years have been a little bit rocky, maybe for some of you, or a little bit difficult, or what brought you to this page is maybe some challenging times. But those challenging times are demarcations and indicators of a personality change, a new you. I just heard a new you coming into view. So as that moon passes through and the sun and the earth does what it has to do, it's a signifier, and I want you to use it as a signifier of a new you. After this, I'm different. And what I saw so clearly and what I read and it hit me is redefining the I am. See, a lot of the what do you call affirmations and positive affirmation things, you'll see what they do really well is they talk about your future tense as if it's your present tense. I am that. It's very biblical because, you know, Jesus, a guy, would always say, in the Bible would say, I am that I am. But for you as an individual at this critical time when you're coming out of something and you're transitioning, you're trying to get to a better space, you have to redefine the I am. Before any trying situation, before any difficult test, before any controversy, before any slander, before anything got out of your name, you have been separated from the I am. The enemy wanted you to be further and further from the I am. And so you saying, Big Boss Man, what you mean when you say I am? When you was a little kid and you heard a still small voice say, you're going to be this, you're going to do this, you're going to live this. This is what I need you to do. When you've heard and you've had those little moments in life that say you're going to be this, and when you feel yourself in your darkest times, even though physically you're in your darkest times, you see your spirit in a different place, and you see what you have to understand about manifestation is your spirit got to get there before your body get there. That spirit vision that I'm talking about is your I am. I am that. I am that. I am that. I am that. I am an entrepreneur. I am a successful businessman. I am a successful businesswoman. I am a successful teacher. I am strong. I am confident. I am. And the eclipse is going to redefine the I am for you. Now, here's how you have to take advantage of it. And it's very simple. You have to write. You have to write it down. If you do not write, this is a direct message to somebody. If you do not write it down, you will never be that. Your I am will be just a dream. Your I am will be just a fantasy. See, what the enemy didn't understand about a lot of you and about a lot of people who reach this page is before you ever met them, before you ever bumped into them, or before they ever bumped into you, you already knew who you were. That's what's got people so hot right now, because they couldn't bring you down because they tried to give you an I am, but you already knew who you were. So when they said, you so-and-so, you said, no, I'm not. When they tried to call you dumb, you was like, is you crazy? I'm the smartest one you know. I am. And this symbolism that we're going to see in this eclipse, I'm not necessarily worried about any natural disasters or anything, but, whatever. But this semblance you're going to see is serving to reconfirm your I am. Up until this point, post any battle, post any traumatic events, you just been getting a glimpse. But behold, I shall do a new thing. That's why the Easter and the resurrection was so significant. I'm not even into stuff like this. I ain't even into stuff like this, but I can't ignore the signs. There had to be a resurrection season. And then there had to be a redefining of who I am. It's symbolism, but it's only symbolism for what's happening in the spirit realm for a lot of you. Now that I'm resurrected, please don't identify me with old Jesus. I'm different now. I just now did something that you help me in this place. I just now did something by dying and being resurrected that you've never seen before. So please do not refer to me as old Jesus. Please do not refer to me as old BigBossmanCollective. Now, in the eclipse, I'm redefining myself with a new I am. Boy, they're going to hate that because, see, here's the thing. What you think going to happen to the people that don't purposely redefine themselves with a new I am? If you don't set out to purpose yourself with a new I am in this season right now, who I'm planning to be, when that eclipse go through and that whole cycle change, you're going to be frozen there. It's going to be that or worse, or either that or better. Pick a side. And that's what's got your enemies Because now that it's a big separation, it's a greater separation, and you're gonna have a totally new identity, and they still ain't never found theirs. So now we're talking about. I'm gonna take my time. We're talking about at this point, for some of you, you might be on your second or third identity since these people that met you. I repeat, for some of you, you are on your second or third identity since these people that met you. So you didn't have 2 or 3 micro level ups before an I am change. So now to these people who sought to bring you down in a season where you wasn't at your highest self, you're gonna be totally unrecognizable. We talk about the resurrection. We talk about Joseph. We talk about when his brothers ended up needing him, when they came to visit him and making a request for him, who was now the king. He has been put on the throne. Now the brothers who put him in the pit and sold him into slavery is coming in here asking for a favor. They didn't even recognize him. When it was time, so now when people come, they're not gonna need. You gonna be. People gonna be like, I know that ain't who I think it is. Ain't no way. This is a ain't no way season. Because see, instead of being defined by what they said, you was defined by what you said. You was defined by what thus saith the Lord. What God said about me. And that's why you have to get in the meditation life and you have to get in the prayer life. Because see, some of y'all don't know, you can't get your identity because you ain't talked to God and heard what God had to say about you. You ain't read, whatever. The relationship not there. You ever had a friend that that friend talk about you good in front of you and behind you? I'm about to get out of here. But something that I read today that really, really hit me hard. It hit me hard. And what it was saying was that when you think of an eclipse, you have to think of it like a series. And because of how the earth and the moon and the stars and all of the planets rotate and the time that it takes, episode 1 could be in the year 1520, and episode 10 could be in the year 2092. And when I saw that, God said, understand that my timing's still better than yours. You just a small blip of time. You just a small blip of time in a big thing that I'm orchestrating. Remember that. Sometimes we can be so focused on our issues and our personal problems that we overtaking and we saying, "Oh, we gotta get all this stuff done." And we don't understand. Now it's a grand timing going on. That's bigger than my clock, and it's so grand and it's so in detail and the plan is so in depth that I'm better off just focusing on the steps. See, when the Bible said the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord and he delighteth in his ways, it was something critical when he said that the steps of a good man. He's not illuminating the whole course for us. He's not illuminating all of time for us. It's too vast. It's too intricate. All I'm illuminating for you is right now the steps. Just give me what I need to be doing. Give us this day our daily bread is what it says. We're asking for the step. What step should I take today? How many of them phone calls should I make? Who should I meet? Just a step. Because if I really step back and I think about your timing and your orchestration, your ways are higher than my ways, and I get confused. So our Eclipse takeaway is honor the time. The time is bigger than us. So what we got to honor is the step. I did that today. I checked that off the list today. That leads to that, and that leads to that. I at least know God's calling me to that. Because he's not revealing the whole thing. He's a mysterious God. And that's why you're mysterious to man. See, if you follow God and you really trying to find God and you really trying to get a relationship with God and you really trying to say, nah, I'm not going to go by my own desires. I'm going to try to follow God's heart. Then you become mysterious to people because God is mysterious. You start freaking people out about how things go on. All right, folks. Peace.